is that was exciting because you were meeting all these people for the first time, and being in their videos was a big deal. That was kind of like a good way to grow as a YouTuber in the early days, is you'd go to these gatherings. And I remember, I was like, I'm gonna be in a Charles Trippy video. And we made like a couple videos in Philadelphia together. And it's kind of interesting too, because in a way we're almost competitors, really. Like, you probably don't like, that's what, I see a lot of people say that though. They're like, it's cool how you guys are all like friends. It doesn't seem like you're competing with each other in a sense. Business people say that, but that's what's cool about growing up in this community, is that we were all friends first. We all started making videos because it was fun. Now it's like people are like, how do I get a channel? How do I start, making money? It was just because we thought we found this community and it was cool, and then all the money started coming. And
that's the big thing with YouTube, is that you can't start thinking you're going to make a lot of money. You need to start making videos that make yourself you're happy with and enjoy, and then people read that they get that vibe, and then they sense it, and then they keep coming back.
Do what you want, like have fun with it and be interested in it. I think that's a really good point.
Well, and speaking to the competition thing that Shay brought up, when people think about media, they think about television, and television is inherently competitive because it's like, this is on at 7 and something else is also on at 7 and you have to compete for that. On YouTube, the competition is more of like it's almost like a game layer. Like, there is the most subscribed list, so you're competing in that sense, but really every piece of content supports every other piece of content. If someone is on YouTube, they're more likely to watch another YouTube video afterwards than if they hadn't watched something before. So we don't hate each other automatically.
It's not a hate competition. It's more of like a motivation competition.
Yeah. And the good thing to realize is that if you have anybody watching you, just perform for that audience. A lot of people are always concerned, VidStats X, it's the red on VidStats X. So it's like, I read an article recently where it's like, you don't have everybody in the world watching you, but there's people watching, so enjoy those people that are there, and the audience will grow as you just interact with them and, you share your life with them.
And I think worrying about views and worrying about subscribers it's actually hurting you, because you don't want to obsess out. I could not even tell you how many subscribers I have. I never look. I don't care. I mean, I care, but I don't ever want to look, because I don't ever want to feel like I need to do this or I need to do that. I mean, honestly, if you just have fun doing what you're doing, that's the most important part. And I don't ever feel like it is competitive, because these are your peers, these are your friends, and it's just a fun little happy YouTube family.
Coming back to the old YouTube gatherings, I'm just very thankful we have these now, because those other ones, they were like the guerrilla ones where we get kicked out and people almost get arrested and just showing up in places. Yeah, so this is a lot safer.
So far.
We love you guys.
Until the snake gets out of the garbage can and...
I still can't hear anything. Oh yeah, snake, trash can.
Okay, so I think we have time for one more question. Dan, you brought up something that I thought was interesting, growing up with your audience and kind of going through the stages with them. But what were you guys like in lower school, middle school, high school? What were you guys like growing up? I know, and this is what we're ending on, so...
Well, I was always...
Too depressing, this is too depressing. I got beat up, I was a...
Yeah, well, at the end of high school, I was on YouTube, but leading up to that, I was actually always fascinated with media. When I was in middle school, every classroom had a television, and it was connected via whatever you call it, local area network for TVs. And we did a daily morning news show, and I was the lead anchor for that. And I always, I bought a camera when I was 13. I used to sing in operas, and they paid me $80, and so I saved up my money. And I filmed my neighborhood kids going off of a ramp on our Razor scooters, and just made videos.
So you always had your camera then stuff?
Yeah, I've always been
awesome.
Very into media.
I think Charles wants to know if you had a comb over though. Is that the gesture? As a morning news anchor, did you have a nice
news anchor comb over? No, I don't know what I had. My hair was probably
Did you get to read the lunch menu?
Yes.
Yeah. That's the only part I tune in for. Sweet, spaghetti.
I guess for me, I was literally pretty much the same. In high school, I didn't go to my prom, I went to a LAN party, and if you guys don't know what that is, it's where you take your computer to one person's house and you connect them all together and you play video games. So really not much has changed. And even when I was very, very young, actually both of my sisters are here, so if you see them, they can tell you some really good stories of how cool I was. But like I used to take 2 VHS players and like I'd film on one and then I would be like recording and doing like crazy editing. So I mean, it's just something that I've always loved to do. So even like all of you guys, I know there's something that all of you love doing. So just start filming it and posting it online.
Cool.
When I was in like 8th grade, I was playing a lot of sports, and my grandpa gave us this big video camera where you'd put the VHS into the camera and like hold it on your shoulder like Dan did when he was a news anchor. He'd hold it like this. And I would like to go back because there's hours of footage of my mom saying, "Shay, turn that camera off." Where I'm like, have this big camera and I'm just like filming stuff around in our house, and just there's got to be at least 10 minutes of her putting her hand into the camera saying, "Shay, turn that off." So yeah, I'd like to go find that footage.
Convert it, post it to your channel.
What's that?
Convert it from like VHS
I
tape
need
and
to. I
post
need to
it
go
the
find, because
channel.
there is a video that me and my brother made when I was like a junior that I want to go find and like
I
convert
think we
it.
want
Yeah,
to.
we'll get it up there on the YouTubes very soon. Is that it? What were we like in high school?
Yeah, does anybody else want to?
I think we're all pretty much the same.
I
really.
was just gonna say, I was pretty much the exact same. I may have been a little quieter. YouTube obviously makes you come out of your shell a little bit more. But I think all of us, I mean, that's, you know, yeah.
It's kind of, yeah, I mean, you
exactly.
see it in our videos. It's like a lot of us, you know, not so much Cassim, but a lot of us are exactly who we are in our videos. You guys have no idea what Cassim's really like.
Cassim's a big teddy bear. Don't
nice.
let him
Yeah,
fool you.
he's nice in real life.
All right, awesome. Well, thank you guys so much. I think those were some helpful tips
Thank you
and
guys.
interesting stories. Thank you for joining us, and see you later. And everybody else, we have a YouTube booth over here where you can be part of our giant YouTube sizzle reel, make a video, stop by to learn more about it. We're trying to make a giant collab. So